Hey, Stephanie. Great Ask Phil question. I took a little bit of time and really thought about this one. I took a bunch of notes down and I wanted to provide you with just the strongest answer I can. Let's cover this so that I'm clearly articulating where you are. You've got open house events that you've hosted, you've collected people's information, and these events have happened since October. And now you're saying, well, people aren't necessarily responding back to me. They're not giving me the communication that I was hoping for. And because of that, I can't really move them to the next event. So, what I want to do is answer your Ask Phil. I want to give you some tips on what you can do and why it may work. The first thing is I remember looking at your request and it was like, I am not hearing back from them. I'm not getting. Let's kill the eyes, right? So the first thing is I, we, us. That's all about I, we, us. We've got to make it about them. So what I want you to do is I want you to change first your mind, right? So we're going to make a mind shift in what is the purpose of our communication altogether? Because a lot of times we focus our attention on, well, I want to get somebody into a house so that, I mean, I know they're looking, they came to an open house. I just want to be their agent. Change that for a moment. Let's move back into a service first perspective. So if we're thinking service first, then there's a couple things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is we need to say, well, if I'm thinking service first, I need to be ready when they're ready. I don't need to push them to be ready. There's a difference. So make that mind shift first. You're just looking to be ready when they're ready, not push them to be ready. From there, here's a couple tactical, pragmatic steps that you can take to really put yourself just I want to say like above the rest, but really that's irrelevant. What I really want you to do is put yourself in the right place when they're ready for you. So, here's what we're gonna do. First, anyone that goes 30 days or more, so 30 days or more without a response, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna evoke what I'm calling an engagement filter. It's a basic text that reads just like this. Now, you can text this, you can say this, it's up to you. I would say it, right? I like the idea of understanding that how I say what I say is just as, if not even more important than the words themselves that I'm using. So here we go. So, hey, Stephanie, I know timing is everything in real estate, and I'm not sure if it's for you, but are you still just browsing or are you starting to get more serious about making a move? Again, hey, Stephanie, I know timing is everything in real estate, and I'm not sure if it's for you, but are you still just browsing or are you starting to get more serious about making a move? Now, the reason why this works is a couple different things, a couple different aspects of this script. Now, I want you to remember right now, I just said script. So the best thing you can do is see scripts as frameworks and come off script. What do I mean? When I say, I know timing is everything in real estate, and I'm not sure if it's for you, but are you still just browsing? Are you still just browsing is interchangeable. For example, Stephanie, let's say for a moment you said that you were looking for X, Y, and Z in this. This would just change to, hey, Stephanie, I know timing is everything in real estate, and I'm not sure if it's for you, but are you still looking for X, Y, Z? Or are you starting to get a bit more open minded to blah, 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 right? So it really depends how you utilize this script as a framework versus a script you have to follow. But again, the script, the way it sits is, hey, Stephanie, I know timing is everything in real estate, and I'm not sure if it's for you, but are you still just browsing or are you starting to get more serious about making a move? That's your script. Utilize it, write it down. Maybe I'll put it in here as a comment so that you can also have that and then you can play with it as a framework. This is going to do three primary things. Number one, when we start saying, I'm not sure if it's for you, right? That's straight out of exactly what to say. Those are magic words. This is going to instantly lower resistance from a subconscious level. Number two, this utilizes the curiosity pillar, right? This utilizes conversational excellence. That's what that's doing. It's speaking curiosity. Because when you say, I'm not sure if it's for you, but the first thing I'm thinking is, well, what? You're not sure if what is for me. And then you hit me with, or are you starting to get more serious about making a move? So if I'm starting to get more serious, I get to find out what it is that you're not sure if it's for me. What that also means is you better have something to share, right? You better have value, and I'm going to give you that value here in just a moment. And then it gives you a bit of a soft close, right? It's a binary path, right? You're either still just browsing, or you're starting to get more serious about making a move. It's an easy either or versus a yes or no. Because if you say you're just browsing, great. That's really excellent, because there's a couple things I know that are coming to market soon. And I figured I'd just make sure you were one of the first people that see them, so that you know what's out there all the time. Well, if you're getting more serious about a move, well, great. That's really wonderful, because we have this amazing system that we have been using that's really been moving people to a point where they're getting ahead of other properties that come to market, so they don't find themselves missing out. I'm sure you've heard of people that have fallen in love with a house. They wanted it to be their home, but by the time they wrote an offer, they've already missed out on it. Yeah, our system prevents that from happening. And that leads me into the next step here, because the next move I would make, Stephanie, is move fast on replies. I wrote down here, look, anytime you get a reply, move to a discovery call. You want that discovery call to live in our buyer conversion SOP, and particularly the 743 system. So you edify the living daylights out of that 743 system within the buyer conversion SOP, and then you use it. You use the transition points to edify the system. We can talk more about this in a shift session if you'd like, or perhaps you want some more clarity and you'll throw another Ask Phil out there. Next, let's talk a little bit about a bit more about long-term nurturing. And I've got a bunch about long-term nurturing here that I was thinking about. Number one, if you first off, everyone has a CRM. I'm sure if you don't, you should. If you need one, talk to me. I am an advocate for Follow Up Boss. Like, bottom line, I think Follow Up Boss is the best active CRM out there right now, especially at the price point. So if you are thinking, hey, I think I want to move into a different CRM, and you do not have Follow Up Boss, come see me and I will reach out to my contacts there and I'll see what kind of deal I can get you. As of now, I don't have any deals. I'm just telling you, I will see what I can do. I have a lot of contacts at Follow Up Boss. With that said, create a CRM smart list. Whatever CRM you have, create a CRM smart list. It should include anyone from an event that you have not been in communication with. So if you have not had consistent communication with someone, they should start getting pulled into this smart list. If I'm you, just thinking off the top of my head, my smart list is going to be something like this. I'm going to create a smart list that pulls anyone into it that has a source called open house event. So this means anyone that comes to my open house event, they're instantly going into this long-term nurture smart list. Now, from there, that smart list is going to say, if communication has been had within X amount of days, you decide that. I love the 20% rule, so I'd say no more than 3 days. If communication has been had within 3 days, they don't show up in my smart list. If communication has been had after 3 days, they show up in my smart list. The next thing I'm doing is I'm understanding that the smart list is irrelevant if I don't use it. So I'm scheduling what I call random day reach outs. I'm scheduling random day reach outs. The way the random day reach outs work is just like this. I'm going to literally include time in my ultimate schedule called random day reach outs. It might be 5 days a week for 30 minutes. It might be 3 days a week. It might, but remember the 20% rule. It has to fall into a frequency that the 20% rule doesn't get overlapped and a person doesn't start fading away of interest. So I'm going to schedule what's called random day reach outs in my ultimate schedule. And here's the key. Here's the kicker. Here's the thing that matters most. You absolutely, positively, without question, Stephanie, you have to do your research. Don't just say, I'm going to dial for dollars. That's not it. This ain't cold calling. That's what they do, not what we do. Other people want you to just dial for dollars, and then they're going to say, read this script and hope for the best. That's BS. Why would I do that? Why would I dial for dollars and use the same script for you that I would use for the next person? That's like me giving you food and saying, I'm going to create a custom dinner for you. But all I really did was use the exact same McDonald's Big Mac recipe that I use for everyone else. Forget that. This is custom. This is bespoke. So I want you to think of it that way. Well, how do you become more of a bespoke agent for your clients? Somebody's going to turn that whole thing into a marketing campaign, and I love it. But how do you become more of a bespoke agent for your clients? The answer is very simple. Research, research, research. It's part of the profitable persuasion method. You have to do your research. The best way to do research is before it's time to do research. What do I mean? I mean, at these events, you got to ask better questions. Your questions need to be circled around more of how do I get to know the person as opposed to how do I only get to know the part of the person that suits me. Like how long you've been looking for a house? What beds and bathrooms? How big do you want the house? Do you have to have a garage? That only suits you. Find out the why behind the what. Hey, you know what? I realize that you're moving from here and you're thinking about going here, but what's really drawn you into this decision to move or even made it an idea for you? Why have you decided to make this transition? Right? Start asking the questions that get to know the people and then take darn notes, my friends. Take notes because you're going to want those notes later. You want to transfer them into your CRM and you want to do the research before. That means get on your people's social media accounts. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit later, but really do the research that matters. Here's what's next. Include lead mining in your touches. Include lead mining in your touches. What am I saying? I'm saying, guys, go in your follow-up boss or your CRM, whatever it is. You know, obviously we use follow boss, so that's why I keep saying it, right? But go into your CRM and lead mine. I'm working on a partnership with a company right now that actually does this, and I'm looking at how I can offer it to everyone at Shift Immersive Coaching. So stay tuned for that. But you can do this also on your own on that random reach out day. You want to make sure that you are including lead mining. Stand by. Excuse me. And if you're wondering, yes, that's going to stay in the video. And yes, this is shot for real. And yes, I'm a great sneezer right in the inside of the elbow. Boom. Anyway, moving on. So include lead mining. What is lead mining? It is literally the random day reach out time. It is where you go into all of your leads and you mine it for the people that would fit into this system because we're talking about open house events. But if you're anything like me, you're saying to yourself, holy smokes, this would work for anything. This would work for any lead that I need to nurture. So yes, it would include lead mining in your touches. Moving from there, third-party target. Third-party targets or targeting, it's something you should do. Look, take the client's email or the potential client's email and reverse target them on social media, right? Run campaigns that reverse target them on social media. We'll fill out our money for that. Yes, you do. Here's where the money comes from. It comes from your coffee budget. It comes from your snack budget. It comes from your this or that budget. I'm not telling you to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars. I'm telling you, create a $3 per day budget to reverse target the people that are in your list, or rather on your list. And if you do that, what's going to happen is this. This is where the magic happens because we are in such a darn popcorn society. We want to put it in the microwave and in 3 minutes, we want popcorn. And that's not how business works. The way business works is you build a brand that garners attention through marketing, and that brand through marketing makes people feel a particular way. And when those people are ready to move the needle, they lean on the brand, you. So Stephanie, what I want you to do here is I want you to say to yourself, okay, what do I do? Well, what you do is you start running ads to reverse target those email addresses of the people that attend these events. And the goal is to move people past the ad and into your circle, meaning beyond seeing the ad, you want them into your circle. So follow them on social media. That's our next tip. Follow them on social. Follow every one of your potential clients always. It blows my mind how many real estate agents follow and are followed by real estate agents because they're really looking for real estate agents to give them the confidence to continue being a real estate agent. And that blows my mind because I've never met a real estate agent that hires a real estate agent to sell their real estate. That's not your target. You need to be following and commenting and engaging with the people that you hope to work with. So when you meet people at an event, follow them. Well, Phil, that's a little creepy. Well, they'll block you. You know what's creepy to me? What's creepy to me is when someone says, yeah, I would have worked with you. I just didn't know how to reach you. I lost your card on my way home and I didn't know how to reach you. Well, they would have known how to reach you if you followed them and they followed you back. It's really simple. Use business for business. And then from there, I want you to review the avatar details that coincide with the property. This is really important and something you can utilize when it comes to that lead mining. Review the avatar details that coincide with the property that they came from. So if they were at an open house event, what type of avatar attends that open house event? And then from there, say to yourself, well, if this is the avatar that attends that open house event and I'm doing all the work before the work, then when they see the work, I want them to feel connected to me. So what do? Well, Phil, I know what I'll do. I'll define the work. What does this mean? It means that you have to put out content that speaks to that avatar that attends that event so that when they see the work, meaning when they see your content, they feel connected. And when they see their content, they feel connected. And then that connection turns into something bigger and better, which is really simply put, calling you because you're the person that they're used to. You're the person that they constantly see because you're consistent with your content. You're the person that actually does the work in branding yourself as someone they can know and like and trust. You are the brand for them. Stephanie and anyone else that sees this, I hope this helps. And if you have more questions about it, then obviously you can throw another question into the Ask Phil section of the vault, but also bring this up at our next group shift session. And on top of that, if you aren't using, I'm speaking to everyone else because Stephanie obviously is, but if you aren't using the Ask Phil section of the vault, this is what it's for. There is a world where coaching happens by third party or through this or that or the other. That's not Shift Immersive Coaching. The way Shift Immersive Coaching works is I'm your coach and you have access to me. Utilize the vault to gain, to win, to grow. Hey, don't forget, I hope you never forget, but I love you. God loves you. There's nothing you'll ever be able to do about it. See ya.